Good morning, everybody. So, our next chapter of class 6 of science is chapter number 14. Chapter number 14. Before proceeding about the chapter name, I want to ask one question from you. What is the most necessary thing for the survival? Thing for survival other than air. Which is the most necessary thing for the survival of the living organisms other than air? Answer is water. If we talk about some of our natural resources, water is also our natural and renewable resource. So its importance we know in our life. Without water we can't do in our home any activity. For the cooking, for washing clothes, for all these activities we need water. And if for some time we don't drink water, what we feel uncomfortable. We can't live without water for more than 2 or 3 hours. After that we will feel thirsty. We are taking water when we feel thirsty. Other than it also have some other uses. We know while eating we are taking water for the digestion of food. Same way, not only the human beings, other all living organisms, some animals, some plants also want water for their survival. For the growing of seeds we want water. For the transportation of nutrients from the soil, plants need some nutrients, and that nutrients are in the soil. Some artificial manure, some artificial fertilizers or manure are added into the soil, and with the help of water these are transported upward to the all parts of the plant. Even in the photosynthesis process, which is done by the plants, which is done by the leaves, that also require water. Carbon dioxide plus water, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, plants are making food. C6H12 and O6 plus 6O2. So for this process we also require water. If water is not there, so it is impossible for the plants to make their food. Now we talk about how it is important for the animals for as for drinking, but without drinking it is also important for the animals. Some animals are living in water, so water is their habitat. If water is there, then they can live in their habitat. Some animals, some plants are adapted to live in water. If water will not be there, that type of plants and animals can't exist. Next we talk about the distribution of water. We know at all places quantity of water is not equal. At some places water is present in more quantity, but at some places in some states there is scarcity, there is less amount of water. So according to the distribution of water, according to the presence of water, that type of organisms are living there. So, for example, tropical forests, that in that trees and plants are dense. Tropical forests are dense. Why they are dense? Because there is more amount of water. Distribution of water affects the growth of the organisms. And if we talk about the total amount of water which is present on the earth, from that quantity 97.4% is only present in the oceans and seas. From the total water which is present on the earth, from that 97.4% is in oceans and seas, means more quantity of water is present in the oceans and seas. But we know the oceans and seas contain the salty water, and that water cannot be used for drinking and some other purposes also. So the quantity of fresh water which is used for our activities, which is used for drinking and some other activities, that is very less. Only 0.01% of total water on the earth is available for use. We are using only 0.01% of the total water which is on the earth. But even after we said that there is enough water for the use, enough fresh water, and fresh water which is 0.01% present, it is frozen in glaciers and polar ice caps. There is enough fresh water for the use to meet our present requirements, but after that we say that there is a global shortage of water. Why we say that there is global shortage of water? Because the water which we are using, we are wasting enough water, we are wasting a lot of water. So water is not conserved, water is not being used in an economic way, it is not being used in a proper way. Due to a lot of wastage of the water, the level of the water table is falling. Water table, firstly we discuss what is water table. Water table is the level of underground water, level of the groundwater. If we are, due to the shortage of water, we are getting the level of water at 50 feet, but due to more shortage we have to get the same quantity of water from the 60 or 70 feet. Due to more wastage, more irregular use of water, water table is falling. If water table will fall in the most areas, we will have to face a problem that is called water crisis. Water crisis is the shortage of the water, or we can say water crisis is the fall in water table. And if we will not check that, if we will not prevent the water crisis, we can't save water. To save water, we should control the use of water. We should use water in the proper way. For our daily consumption, in our daily routine activities, we are using a lot amount of water, and daily consumption of water also depends on the weather. What type of weather is, according to that is daily consumption of water. if during a winter season we are using less, and during summer we need more water. So we should consume in our daily activities water in the proper way, so we can save our natural resource water.